Hello all and welcome to my channel where I'm just this random guy on YouTube with a finance and accounting degree that just wants to help you with building wealth and make you better with your finances. So in this video, I'm going to discuss something that I just recognized that I think is really interesting for you guys to really know what it is. If you have a brokerage account or you're just curious and you saw anyone talk about a LETF and you're wondering exactly what that is, well, in this video, I'm gonna break it down to you. And in the end of this video, I'm gonna let you know if this is something you should use or not. Now, an LETF stands for a leveraged ETF. Any single time you hear the word leverage, the first thing I want you to think about is extremely high risk. A lot of times you're doing this with borrowed money. And this is exactly the case. You see, an ETF is something that you can purchase. And let's say, for example, you're following an index fund. Let's say you're following an S&P 500. So an ETF will have an underlying securities of exactly what's in the S&P 500. Now that's simple, and that's someone I recommend a lot of people to always invest in. I always believe in investing in the market. But now people love to make things more complicated and try to get more risk. And this is where the leveraging aspect comes in. You see, because the ETF works like this. If the S&P 500 rises, let's say it rises by 1%, well, in your ETF that you purchased, that will rise by 1%. So it goes from 1 to 1. Now, if you're leveraging, it could go from 2 to 1, 3 to 1. What do I mean by that? This is what I mean. If the market goes up 1%, let's say the S&P 500 goes up 1%, you will gain 2% because you're doing a 2 for 1. If you do a 3 for 1, if it goes up 1%, now you gain 3%. But here's the huge caveat. If it loses 1% and you have a 2 for 1, you lose 2%. If it goes down 1% and you do a 3 for 1 ratio, now you lose 3%. And here is where it gets really risky. And I want you all to pay extreme attention to the prospectus and understand exactly what you're investing in. This only works the smart way if you do it short term, okay? If you do it for one day, you do this type of investment. I don't believe in it, I don't do it, but it's important for me to explain this to you. That way you understand exactly what you're investing into. Reason why I mentioned that it's important to do it for short term, one day, is because there's options to go long term. So say the market one day goes down 2% and you have a 3 for 1. Now that day you're down 6%. But you didn't do it for one day. You're doing it for the long run. The next day it drops down 2%. That's another 6%. So now you went down 12%. If it went down 6% in 2 days, now you lost 12%. It's going to be a very risky endeavor. So you can see, guys, you can lose so much money. Can you make a lot? Yes. But it's really risky because when it comes to understanding what the market movement is doing, you really have no good data to know exactly how the market is going to move. Maybe you might get risky and try it for, let's say, like Apple, because you're thinking that the Vision Pro came out and they're going to come out with some great news and some great numbers, and for one day you want to try it. By all means, if you have the money, go for it. Once again, I won't do it, but that will make more sense to me. But taking the risk to see if the market doesn't have a good day or a bad day is extremely risky. And the SEC just allowed this to come out in 2006, and it's under a lot of scrutiny. A lot of companies want to stop this and not allow it to happen because people are losing so much money when it comes to this investing. But you, my friends, are not gamblers. When I hear stuff like leveraging and that type of leveraging is gambling, you're just trying to make all this money within one day. That's not what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to do long-term investments. So yes, LETF stands for leveraging ETF. I want you guys to remove that L because you're going to get an L if you use that. Just use the ETF, buy an S&P 500, invest, and you will win with your money. Please, guys, hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and with your help, I will certainly get there. If there's any other videos you want me to do, drop a comment down below, and I'll get that out for you guys as soon as possible. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.